It's kind of like me trying to jump into a double Dutch jump rope. It's something I can't wrap my head around, so I'll just stand there rocking back and forth. I'll stand there and rock back and forth, and never jump in. But you know what faith tells us? Faith says, God, I'll jump in. Even though the ropes may hit me in the top of my head, faith says, I will walk with you, God, even when the path is still unfolding. Now, I know that might terrify some people, but if we walk like we have faith, then it will always look like miracles are happening in our lives. I think about when God told me that it was time for myself and my wife to move from North Georgia back closer to home. We were paying a mortgage on a home and everything. This was when the housing market was starting to boom. And this was the end of January 2020, before the height of COVID pandemic. I'll tell you that God didn't tell my wife the same thing he told me. But can I tell you what God did with our faith? I had faith that God told me to look for a new house in South Georgia without our house in North Georgia even being on the market. Believe me, I had to have enough faith for me and my wife in that case. Can I tell you all what God did? God found us a house in Moultrie, Georgia in the beginning of February. That's not all that God did. We put our house on the market at the same time, and after only 3 showings, our house was under contract. By March 13, 2020, we had sold our house in North Georgia and closed on and started moving into our new house in Moultrie. For those of you who are not familiar with real estate, to sell one house and buy another house and move all within 1 month is nothing short of a miracle. God told me that it was time to move to be closer to our families, and I had faith that God was telling me to do so, even though I didn't have all the details laid out. And again, all this occurred as the COVID pandemic reached pandemic levels in this country. I admit people looked at us funny because we had just moved and we were out buying toilet tissue and paper towels for our new home. People thought we were some of those hoarders out there trying to get toilet tissue and paper towels. But no, we were just trying to furnish our new home.